In this video, I'm going to show you a simple sales CRM that has only 4 rows and consistently grows my clients' businesses by up to 100% in sales. If you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to give you a live demo demonstration of one of my client CRMs so you can take those ridiculously simple 4 rows in that CRM and literally copy paste it into your business without exceeding $50 per month investment. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars per month on any sort of CRM. I'm going to give you the most basic setup that still works and generates my clients literally millions of dollars every year. Hi, my name is Azim and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about marketing, sales, and how to grow your business. And I know how to do it because in the last 10 years, I've helped my clients generate over $40 million in sales. And 99% of my clients are service-based businesses, which means if you run an e-com business, sorry, this is not a channel for you, but if you run a service-based business, online or offline, you can be an agency, you can be a coach, consultant, a SaaS. You might even be a brick and mortar business that provides services to your local area. As long as you render a service to your clients and you get money for it, then this video is going to be extremely insightful for you. So actually, one of the biggest reasons why I decided to record this video is because of my most recent client case studies. It's an agency and it was generating about $500,000 per year. And when they came to me with a very specific concern. They didn't tell me, hey, Nazim would like to scale our business. They came to me and they said, Nazim, we have a leads problem. I said, what kind of problem? And they told me that they're simply not generating enough leads. And whenever I hear about that, it's almost a situation when a patient comes to a doctor and kind of like tries to self-diagnose. And to a doctor, it's always a bit of a joke, right? The patient says about something they read on Google, and that the doctor laughs a little bit. And while obviously in the discrepancy or the situation wasn't as bad with my client, but I always take it with a bit of a grain of salt when I start talking to clients and they come to me basically claiming that they already know what sort of problem they have, which is fine. We started talking and I basically started auditing their numbers. And then the way it basically works is the symptom may have multiple root causes. It can have one or maybe three or four. And then what I do usually with clients is focus on rooting out and healing each root of the problem separately. Now, without getting too distracted about other symptoms, which can be offer, advertising, and stuff like that, by the way, you'll find plenty of videos about that on my channel. What I'd like to talk about in this video is a lead management problem that this client specifically had. So the problem with this client wasn't that they weren't generating enough leads. I was actually, kudos to them, I was actually very impressed about their lead generation strategy. I looked into their ad accounts and they were spending thousands of dollars. They were a local business and they were totally maximizing the leads they could get in the area, outbidding their competitors masterfully, yet it wasn't enough. They were stuck at the 500,000. And obviously, the big question was, Nazim, how do we scale to 1 million and how do we scale even past that? And here comes the trick. And after I reviewed their marketing systems, which I was very happy and impressed about, which happens rarely, I started looking at their sales systems. And this is how typically a marketing audit works for a business. If a business wants to grow, you basically start looking at the different departments. You look at the offer, you look at the marketing and lead gen, you look at sales, and then you look at client retention and client delivery. And if there's a problem in the business, it's going to be in one of those four departments. So offer was good. They had glowing stars on Google Maps and Google reviews and whatnot. The advertising was good, and client retention was also good. They were in the business for 15 years. It must have been sales, and sales it was. And after I started auditing their sales processes, I realized they didn't have any. I asked a very simple question. I said, what happens to a lead after you contact them once and they don't pick up the phone? And the answer was the shocking, we don't know. The owner didn't know. They didn't have sales reps, professional sales reps, but the employees didn't know, the admin staff didn't know, the people who delivered the service didn't know. Nobody knew what happens to a lead after the lead comes into the system. And that's why they had a revenue issue in their business, because they were basically only scratching surface of the iceberg, or they were trying to only pick up the low-hanging fruit, let's say 20% of the deals that were like super ready to go and were very responsive upon the first reach out attempt, But you know that from marketing and sales research that it takes up to 8 touch points to convert someone into a sale. And to be honest with you guys, in this TikTok generation, TikTok, Instagram, and whatnot, I wouldn't be surprised if that number tripled. I can guarantee you safely, you have to reach out to a prospect at least 10, 15 times to convert that person as a sale. So now that you know that you have to follow up with your prospects many times over multiple touch points, possibly days, weeks, and maybe even months, depending on what you're selling and how expensive it is. Now, the question is, what is the best way to organize your leads? The worst of the worst don't know what's happening with their leads and let the leads slip through the cracks. And the better ones organize things with Google Excel or Microsoft Excel sheets, which works, which is fine. But what if I told you there's a simpler way to do it, a more professional way to do it, a way more effective way to do it, and that it's not going to break a bank? I'm talking about a sales CRM. Now, a sales CRM, I know it may sound fancy. You have HubSpot, which charges literally thousands of dollars. You have Salesforce, where you literally have to employ 10 people to basically figure out how the software works. But there is one software that is not going to cost thousands of dollars per month in subscription fees. Actually, it costs only 20, 30 bucks. And the software that I personally implement in my clients' businesses, and it works a-okay. It's simple. It's freaking great and can sustain your business up to 20, 30 million dollars per year. And then sure, you have to upgrade to something a bit more fancy and a bit more complex. But hey, let's talk about it when you scale up to 20 million, shall we? Now, that software is called Pipedrive. Pipedrive, super simple and easy. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually switch to my laptop and I'm going to show you a quick Pipedrive demo. And I'm going to show you how I normally set up with clients. I mean, I'm going to show you a very basic template, but then I'm going to show you some sales stats from one of my clients and how neat and organized it looks. Without any further ado, let's move on to my laptop and I'll show you the demo. Okay, so now we're inside of a Pipedrive demo account, and these are the notoriously known four rows, and the only four rows that you'll ever need in your business. It's leads, contact made, meeting booked, and then proposal sent. And now look, if you'll need more, if your sales process is different, if you're selling airplanes and there's like four contracts that need to be signed, or there's multiple stakeholders and you have to have multiple meetings, all you have to do is just come here and just click here and add more, or click here and add more stages, right? But we're not going to do it now. For an average SMB, small mid-sized business, usually the way it works is that the leads come in here from ads or some sort of inbound traffic, or people that basically apply on the website through a form. Then what happens is salespeople contact those leads, they drag them here if the lead has picked up the phone, right? So we're going to keep working on, say, Isabella, right? Now, after the person responds positively, we're gonna move her to meeting booked. Hopefully you do book a meeting with Isabella, and then if things go well with Isabella, and Isabella says, "Hey, send me a quote," you're gonna move it further to proposal send, and then after some time, if Isabella says yes, perfect, let's work, you just have to click one, and that's it, it's in the bag. Or you can say lost. For example, Isabel said, "Hey, it's too expensive." You can say, "Hey, it's too expensive," or you can put one of the reasons here, like say budget constraints, right? So and then you can mark it as lost. Now, the cool part about it is, well, where do I start? There's so many cool things. First of all, it's not an Google Excel sheet, which are usually, I'm sorry, but kind of ugly. You have a very neat overview of the entire thing. Now, also, you can have multiple sales agents, and then they can literally switch between each other. And basically, you can, for example, filter and say, "Hey, I only need leads that belong to Danny." Now, obviously, there's nothing for Danny here. This is a demo client, kind of like pipeline, a test pipeline. But you can have multiple salespeople, and you can actually assign leads to them on a round robin basis, which basically means all of your sales reps get lead assigned on an equal basis, and you can then basically look. I'm going to show you some cool stats here. I don't want to get into it yet, but you can actually see how well your salespeople operate based on the scoreboard, which is also cool. But let's say you're alone or you have maybe one more person. I'm not going to get into the fancy stuff yet. How do you do it, right? So, like I said, again, leads come in here. Let's explore some functions. What's cool about it is you can, first of all, is you can set activities inside of Pipedrive. So you don't have to, you can ditch the Google Calendar or Google Reminders. Actual Google Calendar and Google Email can completely synchronize with Pipedrive as well, but that's a topic for another discussion. But what's cool about it is that you can literally have all of your reminders and meeting notes and emails and calls all synchronized inside of Pipedrive. Let's say with Benjamin, we want to make a note, right? So Benjamin is, say, notes. Benjamin is an a referral lead, right? So if you do a referral lead, you save it, and now it's basically in Benjamin's kind of like a deal card. And whoever is going to look at that deal card, whoever is going to work with Benjamin, is going to see this. Now, it might be that you want to make a reminder for yourself, right? A task to call Benjamin, right? To call Benjamin. You can just say to call, for example, and then you can say, hey, today's Thursday. I need to call him on Tuesday, right? You can even set a time. Hey, PM is kind of late, 12 p.m. Boom. You can just save that, and there's already an event scheduled to call Benjamin. What's also cool is you can come here to activities, and for next week, you will see that, hey, let's find Benjamin. See, there is call Benjamin here. Now, when the next week, whenever I scheduled this event, I think it was like for next Tuesday is going to come. Let's imagine now that it's Tuesday, you're sitting in your office and you'll look at today's reminders. There will be a reminder to contact Benjamin, right? For example, today we have Isabella, we have Emily, we have Nathaniel, and then tomorrow we know that we have to do like a second follow-up call with Danielle Ziegel, and then we have to disqualify if not called back with Hinda Crosby, right? So again, what's cool about this is that you can set reminders and tasks, activity tasks inside of Pipedrive, and then you can just come here on a daily basis. And it literally has this kind of like a list view that you can bang through. You can just bang them out. Let's say, hey, at 2 p.m., I'm doing my client follow ups and my, let's say, client reach outs or prospect reach outs. I'm just, you'll have the peace of mind that, hey, there's this one place that reminds me about all of my prospects. You don't have to look up Google reminders, pull up your whatever workbook, and then look into your calendar, and then some other stuff. You try to find an email. I know it can be very disorganized. This way, you have everything in one place. So that's something cool, right? Now, if you integrate your emails, you'll be able to send emails from inside of your Pipedrive account. You can call, right? Now, obviously, you would have to integrate a VoIP phone, which stands for voice over IP, so like an internet phone number. But you can do that too. You can attach documents and send documents to clients for signing. As you can see, the big benefit of a platform like Pipedrive is you can literally do anything here, right? And again, the biggest point being is your sales process is laid out across only 4 rows. Just imagine how simple that is. Now, going back to this client case study, and another benefit of having a professional sales CRM is that after a certain period of time, you start realizing where the cracks in your sales process are. And actually, surprisingly enough, after we implemented the CRM and we implemented some of our signature email reminders that the salespeople were sending, their reach out rate to clients was actually quite good. What wasn't so good is the proposal sent rate. So essentially, they would send the proposals, but then they would go stale and cold in Pipedrive. And we literally had like 50 proposals at some point that were sent out, but nothing were happening to them. And that was a big red flag to me and the business owner that, hey, we need to do something about it. And we did a business training on how to make sure that after you send the proposal that you actually get the lead or the client to sign it. And boom, literally in 2 weeks, the 50 proposals that were hanging shrunk down to 31, which is massive success. I mean, we literally banged out almost 40% of proposals that were hanging and literally made tens of thousands of dollars in the meantime. So that's it. Now, you might be wondering, Nazim, this is cool. Like, so for example, if I speak with Emily and I mark her as one, what happens then? Because what happens is, notice Emily Kensington, she's not here anymore. You might be wondering, where did she disappear? Well, she goes here into Insights, and that's another fantastic function from Pipedrive. Because you are tracking everything on a professional CRM, you can actually start building up data. And based on that data, you can have statistics and you can have diagrams that are going to help you to make conclusions and interesting observations in your business, right? There's such a rich variety of diagrams that you can build with Pipedrive, but we'll only look at a few this in this video. So obviously, number one is deals won. You can literally look at the deals won this month. And also what's cool is with Pipedrive, there's goals, right? So there's goals and you can literally see how well you're doing basically in comparison to the goals you set for yourself this month, this quarter, this year. So that's nice. There's also deals won by product. So for example, if you run 3, 4 products, let's say if you're a coach and you have a low ticket and then you have a high ticket and then you have a mastermind product, or if you are an agency and you sell different services, say web design and then creatives and stuff like that, you can literally have the breakdown of all the products you have been selling and then see a very clear picture as to what product contributes the most to your piggy bank, right? And then maybe you can double down on that product. All right, so there's also a revenue forecasting function as well. So that essentially means you can create forecasts in Pipedrive where you can basically say, hey, like let's say Alexander Grayson, I'm going to close in 4 months, and then what's going to happen is that Alexander Grayson is going to come up here as a forecasted sale. This way, sitting in February, you can already, with some rough prediction, expect that hey, in June, for example, we have 5 upcoming deals that are supposed to close. That's kind of reassuring as well. Now, the fun part is you can have scoreboards, right? If you have multiple sales reps or you and your co-founder can compete with each other about who sells most product. That's kind of cool, I think. And the winner can have a champagne bottle or a nice restaurant visit that month. So that's good. You can also have a deal status by salesperson, essentially meaning what's happening with the leads assigned to a salesperson. So, for example, if you have three sales reps, you can see, hey, that's cool. For example, this person is closing a lot, but he also has a lot of open deals. Like, what's up with that? What's happening? Why are so many deals open? And you can then go and take a closer look and inspect all the leads that are open with this person, right? You can look at the leads that are lost, for example. There's a cool function here that is called deals lost, and you can literally, and these are test leads. You can literally click on them and then evaluate the reasons why a deal was lost. You can actually see that, damn, this year we had 66,000 in dollars in lost deals, where you can actually create statistics based on. So if you here, let's say if you Aldrin Brayson was a lost lead, you can pick a, for example, cannot deliver or timing issue. And then what happens is, let's say in 3 months, I won't do it too often, but like in 3 months, you can actually build a statistic on the biggest reasons why you lose deals. And then you can hire, for example, a sales trainer, come to this organization and with assurance, tell the sales trainer, hey, we're losing a lot of leads to timing issues, right? We can't kind of like sway them over the fence because somehow they keep delaying and then drop off or whatever. And then that sales trainer will have like a more concrete feedback and navigation as to what he's supposed to fix. And last but not the least, pipeline health. It's probably my most favorite function inside of Pipedrive, and it's basically a step-by-step view as to what's happening to your leads, right? Let's say you have 120. Now, this is a fresh account, so the data is not that accurate, but ideally what you should have is, let's say, 100 leads and then 95 contacts made. After that, you're gonna maybe book meetings with 50, and then you send 30 proposals and then you win 25 deals, right? And you see that, for example, one deals, 25 deals make up 20% of the total leads. Now, between you and I, if you are a service-based business and you close up to 10, 15% of your total leads, you're doing fabulous. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video and enjoyed the most simple 4-row sales CRM that you should totally implement in your business. And by the way, if you're curious about Pipedrive, I'm actually going to check it now. The Pipedrive pricing as of today, February the 13th, 2025, it goes for $14 per month. I mean, come on. It doesn't get better than that. And there's also a more advanced option for $39 per month, but that's also a steal. As long as you're making even $5 at $10,000 per month, it's already worth to invest in such a thing, because the sooner you invest in the sales CRM, the sooner you'll start actually accruing data and where you can build statistics and patterns and actually make educated decisions in your business. Now, if you do have any sort of marketing and sales problem, if your business has plateaued at the same place for a few months and you can't seem to grow it, then I'm inviting you to click on the link in the description and go to museumconsulting.com and apply for a free breakthrough session. On that breakthrough session, I'm not going to be selling you anything. I just want to get to know your business, audit it a little bit, ask the very same questions I ask my clients on a daily basis, and actually try to see if I can actually help you. And if I can, then what's causing the bottleneck? Like I explained before, there's 4 places where your business is broken. It's either the offer, marketing, sales, or delivery. I'll have a look at it because I've been inside of literally dozens of businesses. I've been the CMO, the chief of sales. I've been in charge of delivery and coaching as well. So I have plethora of experiences in all of these facets and departments of business. I'm going to have a conversation with you, give you an honest opinion, and then if you want to implement it, we can implement it. If not, you're going to leave at the very least with tons of fantastic value. So, museumconsulting.com, you can go on the website. You can also check out some of my case studies from client work. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.